two, one. Hey man,
How you doing?
good. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Um, I said I'd do one of these interviews with you again because the last one basically got cut off, and that was about a year ago. So apologies for taking a year to get back to it.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
It appears that you either have eyeliner or you have a black eye. I know
Yeah,
it's late for
just
you.
did the one.
What's
Yeah,
going?
last night was my first time sparring since the surgery, which is 3 months ago now, almost 14 weeks. So first time getting hit in 3 months was
What
interesting.
you able to kick?
No, no, I'm
It's
just
just
boxing
boxing.
right now. I started running and doing some jumping stuff and ladder drills and stuff like that, but they don't want me kicking for about another month.
All right. So a lot has happened basically in a year. Obviously, for those who haven't been keeping up, you've injured yourself, torn ACL or MCL.
Yeah, ACL completely torn.
How'd you do that?
Just training. Me and Chaz were clinching, and he picked me up to dump me, and I stuck my leg out to catch myself from falling, and just snapped it sideways.
Yeah. That's horrible. So,
Yeah, it was bad.
but typically, I mean, I know a little bit about it, but it's like you're off for minimum 6 months, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
mostly. So what are you
Yeah.
doing? What do you? I mean, how are you getting back so quickly?
I don't know. I guess I just heal like Wolverine or something. That's what my doctors always tell me. I heal really fast, and even when I was torn, I didn't even know it was torn. None of my doctors had any clue that it was torn because of how I was functioning and continuing to train, and
But it
you
hurt.
know, they didn't. They were like, "There's no way," and I was getting ready to go over to Thailand with Chaz when he went last time, and they were like, "Yeah, you maybe should just get it checked out just in case." It was just hurting. I never had any problems with the stability or nothing. Then someone got it checked out, and 2 days before I was supposed to leave, is when I found out it was completely torn, and had the surgery because I didn't want to put it off any longer. And then, I mean, I actually only took like a week off of training from surgery. I was back in the gym,
Doing
doing
other stuff.
push-ups and
Yeah.
sit-ups, and you know,
You
I
can't.
think the fact that I'm always in good shape is also what helps me recover so quickly. I mean, I was in fight shape going into surgery,
Yeah.
so that week off wasn't much, and then I got right back into working out, and the more you got your body moving, the more everything's flowing right, the blood's flowing, and I don't know. I guess that's why I heal
Yeah.
so quick.
I
So.
thought maybe you might become victim to your love of the donut.
No, the thing is, when I'm injured or I can't train properly, I really don't like junk food.
Mm.
Like I'll eat it, and I feel disgusting
You don't
because
you don't feel like you deserve it.
nah, it just sits in there and like I
Mm.
don't know, like so like of course when I'm injured and after surgery, like everybody and their mothers bringing me cakes and donuts. I'm like no, like get it away, get it away. Yeah, so it's been hard to like keep all that away from me. But yeah, I don't eat that bad, and I don't even eat that bad when I am training. It just seems that way to a lot of people because I'm always making a point to put up posts about it when I do it.
Yeah. You're no longer in Vegas now either.
Nah, man, I moved up Northern Cali about 3 months ago, right outside
In
of San Francisco.
Pleasanton, right?
Yeah, Pleasanton. The gym's in Dublin. It's like five
Yeah.
minutes from my house. So yeah, I made the move, man.
What 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 gym is that?
CSA.
That's right. What brought on the move?
I've actually been coming up here for about the past 2 years. That gym works with Nick and Nate and what's his face? I can't remember the other guy. Bunch of MMA guys, and they would always bring me out, for sparring when they needed good stand-up people.
Mm.
So I've been coming out here pretty regularly over the past 2 years, and I never really liked Vegas. I mean, I was just there because that's where I trained, and
Yeah.
there wasn't really anywhere else to go, so I never even considered leaving. And then, once I started coming out here, the more I came out here, the more I loved it. And, they were always like dropping hints that they wanted me to move out here, but I didn't really think about it too much. But kind of towards the end of the last year, I started really thinking about the move. And, one of the last times I came out, it was right around New Year's. I told myself like that was going to be my trip to, really decide whether this was going to be a place I really wanted to move or not. And I just made that decision, man, and I really needed. I needed a change. I really hate Vegas.
No, no,
It's just where I was at, and that's where my friends and family are, and that's where my training was. But I had to get out of there, man.
yeah,
It's not
no,
good.
I could see that. It's I imagine it's a tough place to live.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, as far as training goes, it's great, but then what do you do?
Yeah,
You
not
know,
like you're gonna go sit in front of the tables or anything. So,
yeah, it can be rough, man.
what? Every time I see you, it's around the whole can't stop crazy. What's that all about? What's going on? I see you wearing a Joe shirt. What is
Yeah,
this can't stop crazy?
man, I don't know. It was just kind of something Joe started saying. We started saying it just as a phrase, like I don't remember
Can't
when it was.
can't stop crazy.
Yeah. People are always saying you're crazy to do this, crazy to do that, crazy to fight Sanchai,
Mm.
crazy to fight Sagado right afterwards, all that kind of stuff, man. And Joe, that was kind of something Joe would just say, man. He was like, you can't stop crazy, man. And then, it kind of just turned into this thing where, like, sort of like a clothing. I don't even know exactly what it is. People ask me all the time.
It's beyond you
It's
now.
beyond anything you could really describe.
Okay.
It's a saying. We turned it into a clothing line and like a company. Really, I mean that's what it's grown into. And we kind of pick the people that we're close with, the people we train with, and the people that we kind of thought you know portrayed that image of can't stop crazy, man.
Mm.
Like that's kind of how it started. I don't know. It kind of just turned into this thing. And I didn't even realize it. Like Joe was always talking to me about it, and I'm just like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, all right, so what do you think we should do? And I'm like, for what? What are you talking about? He's like, the company, man, the company. So yeah, it just kind of grew into this, and
So,
everybody I hear from is
so is Joe
yeah.
President, CEO, MD of Can't Stop Crazy?
I don't know, man. He puts a lot on me, and I'm like, dude, this is your thing, man. I'm just along for the ride, man. But I
Um,
don't I don't know.
I saw a video of you recently at the K1 tryouts. Uh,
Yeah,
what was that all about? I mean, I know obviously they were holding open tryouts, and everybody was like losing their mind about
yeah.
K1 coming to the States. But how was it? Did you see anything interesting? Was it
Oh, it was interesting for sure.
interesting in a positive way?
Well, I mean, I think
It seemed like a lot of
a
people
lot of
showed up to that thing out of shape.
yeah, I mean, everybody and their mother showed up to us like thinking they're just like handing out contracts, and like it seemed to me it was more just for publicity for the K1.
Mm.
I mean, these guys are shadowboxing for like a minute and hitting pads for a minute. How you gonna see how good somebody is off of that?
Is that what it was? It's like
Yeah,
they
it
put you up
was,
on a
it was
stage,
very
call your number.
yeah, it was very brief. They actually did tryouts in Vegas back in like 6 years ago, twice, two, three times in a row. I went,
Yeah.
and like it was like a legitimate tryout. They had a whole thing. Group A whittled you down to Group B, C, and it was like a 2-day process, man. And, like we sparred
They
and
let
we
you
fought.
beat on each other.
Yeah, we had to run sprints and conditioning and all kinds of stuff, man. It was a whole process, man. Like I mean, how like if you don't do that, how are you really gonna see how good somebody is just from like a few moments of watching them hit pads with somebody they probably never hit pads with before.
Hmm.
But I mean, it was cool as far as showing that the K1's coming and publicity and having it there on Venice Beach was cool and all. But I mean,
Chaz is gonna possibly maybe be a part of it, or
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's already signed. I'm almost positive he's already signed with them.
well,
And that's the thing too. Like, I mean, they know who they want. You know
yeah.
what I mean? it's pretty known who the good
Yeah.
American fighters are, and you know, I'm sure there can always be that one or two people that was off everyone's radar, but you know, they've been talking to the people they want for a while now.
What I know, obvious question, but what's next on your plate? I mean, obviously getting better and healing up, but have you looked ahead yet?
Yeah, you know, I still don't know when. I mean, they think I can fight as soon as like in October, November, but to me that seems pretty sudden. I mean, I won't really have a good grasp of when I'm going to be able to fight until I can really start kicking again.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go to a boxing fight pretty easily, and I might even end up doing that, but it's just going to depend how I'm feeling once I start kicking. And then, you know, once I feel ready, I'm going to, you know, take what comes my way. I'm not going to sit around and wait for that perfect, like, tune up fight, which is what I should take, you
Yeah.
know. But I'm not going to sit around for 3 months because I can't get the perfect fight for the right time.
No, I guess you gotta get active.
So, I mean, I got to get in there, you know, as soon as possible. I'm not going to rush it, but I also don't want to be waiting around forever just because, you know, it might not be the right fight for me. You know, I gotta get back in there one way or another. So I'm hoping end of the year, latest first thing next year to be back in the ring. What, you know, whether it's a kickboxing fight, a Muay Thai fight, or even a boxing fight, I would do just so I can get in the ring.
Oh, wow. Hopefully, then it won't. What do you think of this whole like caged Muay Thai thing that's going on now in Australia?
Oh yeah, you know, Wayne actually hit me up. They actually asked me to be on their next
What do
show.
you
I
think?
think it's in October. You know, it's cool. I mean, I did a Muay Thai fight in the cage in Brazil. It was a lot of fun. We didn't get to fight with MMA gloves though.
What do
Um,
you think of the whole concept, though?
it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You know, as far as it picking up to be an actual, you know, sport. You know, cage Muay Thai. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it could just be kind of a side thing. You know, like a specialty thing. But I mean, who knows? It could get really big.
Yeah.
Um,
I think my initial reaction was was you know was I mean gut wise I felt it didn't feel right. I was just sort of like, it's gimmicky. It's this
yeah,
whole maybe trying to appeal to the MMA audience, blah blah blah. But then,
yeah,
I started, I guess I started thinking about it, and it's essentially like, the whole like Muay Thai Chuak contests up on the
yeah.
border. And so,
Right.
whatever. I mean, I don't think it'll ever become mainstream, but I don't have a problem with it. I see that Poncenet is taking one of those fights as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I would do it because I think it'd be fun, and you know, I'm down to fight anything really. But you know, who knows? I mean, it might be big, might not be, but you know, everyone's trying to do something to help the sport grow, and I know that you know sometimes you got to take kind of side routes to get there and to get exposure, and you know, I think every pure Muay Thai fighter wants the purest version of our sport to get as popular as possible.
But you,
But
you take what you can get.
yeah, you take what you can get, and you got to do what you got to do, and you know, when it comes down to it, everyone would just rather fight than
Not fight.
only fight one specific thing because you're so like I have to fight Muay Thai. You're not going to get any fights, especially when it's not big in a lot of places. You know what I mean? So, I mean that's why I had all these other weird fights, is because I needed to stay active. You know what I mean? Like Muay Thai is my favorite thing to do in the world, but if I can't do Muay Thai, there's the next best thing, next best thing, next best thing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So.
What you got seminars or something coming up, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, we got a Can't Stop Crazy seminar out here, August 4th. You know, it's gonna have all of us, me, Kai, Joe, Chaz, Romy, Miriam. It's gonna be a 2 day thing at the gym at CSA. Uh, you know, that's quite a lot of trainers to get
Sure.
fit into one seminar, so it should be a lot of fun. And you know, I think there's gonna be a lot of interesting things taught.
You guys going to take that on the road as well, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, we've been approached by some gyms. they wanted to bring some of us out. I'm like, it's going to cost quite a bit to bring all of us out.
Yeah.
You know, what is there, like six of us?
What you
But
call what you
yeah,
all can't share a single room?
no, Joe's a big dude, man. You take up all the room. But yeah, I think it's something that could pick up, and that kind of a group seminar I think has a lot of benefit to it. I did that one down in Texas with Corley and
Michael Chase Corley and
yeah,
I can't remember.
I don't know why my brain's not working, but
Well,
yeah,
it's late for you and it's early for me, so
yeah, we broke it up good, and I thought it was really great. We all had our like sections we taught, but then there was the other trainers that were there to help teach what the main person was teaching at the time. I thought it went really well, and it kind of helped you get a little bit from everybody. Because I mean everyone's gonna take different parts,
yeah,
from everyone's teachings. Not one thing is gonna work for everybody.
yeah.
And I think it's good to have variety and learn from a lot of people when you can. So yeah, I think it'll go good.
Cool, man. I think that's gonna be. I think that'll take up a good chunk of. It'll be a good opportunity for you to be, traveling across the straits, and probably every time you're fighting out somewhere, you'll be able to do a seminar out there as well.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'm doing a SciOak seminar coming up. He's gonna be here, and bunch of those guys are gonna be here for that Thai fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be a good time, man.
Well, look, um, it's late for you. It's a
Yeah,
little bit past about 12:30 for you, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
Um, really sorry it's taken us so long to get caught up again. I think
Sounds good, man.
we should do this on a
Next time.
regular basis.
Yeah, I'm always here.
Well, my Muay Thai, thank you. I thank you for taking the time out, and
My pleasure, man.
we'll catch up with you soon.
For sure.
All right, Kevin. Take care, mate.
Uh,
All right,
Later, bro.
bye.